We're going to head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. Another thought about Deshaun Watson.
Hey everybody, just wanted to comment on Deshaun Watson's situation real quick. A lot of the media out there have compared his alleged mistreatment of women to that of Trevor Bauer's case, where he forcibly may have raped women. Seems like that in and of itself is a huge difference. If you remember what Rusty Hardin emphasized, Deshaun never forced himself on anyone, therefore the injury to these massage therapists, albeit not good by any means, is a lesser offense, and therefore the talk of Deshaun getting 2 years off or even 1 year may be premature. Of course, it is all about the NFL Shield in the end. And by the way, Stephen A. Smith, Mike Florio, they are big diehard Steeler fans. They're not going to be helpful in regard to our team situation. I'm not buying what they have to sell. I had to get that out there. Go Browns!
All right, as always, we appreciate all of the voicemails. Now, a lot of the Bauer thing was consensual. It was not normal by most definitions, but it was consensual. The reason people are comparing the Bauer suspension to the Deshaun Watson suspension is because Bauer got 2 full years, and it was with sexual assault, sexual misconduct, however you want to term it, legally. So, Mac, that was the reason that you bring the Bauer situation in, is if the Major League Baseball is giving a player 2 years for sexual misconduct, however you want to phrase it, the NFL is going to be judged by that. It's just the way it is in the court of public opinion.
Yeah, and that's the one thing to kind of keep in mind with all of this, is that it's the court of public opinion. And at the end of the day, you know, we've seen in the past where Roger Goodell has really kind of taken the stance and really gone and maybe taken a stronger approach, depending on how the court of public opinion is kind of weighing on this. So, you know, at the end of the day, the NFL kind of keeps the PR machine kind of churning. And so at that point, you know, if you don't think that they're at least considering that in their thought process, you know, at least when it comes to Roger Goodell, you know, I think that can even be separate from the investigation. Again, when it comes to, you know, the ruling from Stu Robinson, the only time that Roger Goodell cannot do anything about that ruling is when it is 0 games period. So at that point, you know, we're talking about Roger Goodell could, you know, see something and try to raise it up 4 games. If it's 8 games, he might raise it up to 12, or, you know, if it's 6 games, he might raise it up to 10, or hell, he might even raise it up to a year. I don't know. Again, Roger Goodell is going to Roger Goodell in terms of all of this. But, you know, you have to at least consider that, again, in that sense, from the court of public opinion, like you mentioned, because the NFL doesn't want to look like it's quote unquote weaker in terms of, you know, its stances on these types of issues. So at that point, again, that's something to at least factor in to the decision. But I don't think that it's going to be one where, oh, well, I mean, they went 2 years, so we have to go 2 years as well. It's just, I think that it's something that will be considered, but I don't think that it will be the end all be all in all of it, even if it's 2 different types of very wrongful acts based on the accusations.
Yeah, again, it will factor into it without question. All right.